Thank you both for those answers. Senator Hatch, another question for you. You championed the passage of Medicare Part D. Critics of the bill have pointed out that it saddles Americans with $17 trillion in unfunded liabilities. How do you respond to that criticism?
Now, Part D, now you can criticize it all you want, but it has worked amazingly well. And one reason why you're able to afford through Medicare and Medicaid drugs is because of Part D. Now, whether you like it or not, it has worked amazingly well.
You know, cynics might suggest that where did the Republicans suddenly get this religion about paying for everything? Because the prescription drug bill wasn't paid for when that was proposed under President Bush.
Well, in those days, a lot of things weren't paid for.
Dan,
you know, actually, this is one of the areas I struggle with the most.
Part D.
You can replay it. You know, it was in 2009 that it was in September of 2009 that Senator Hatch came up to the Republican senatorial caucus at the state legislature here and sat down with us over lunch. And he said, that Obamacare is terrible. And Rob's Medicare is a $38 trillion unfunded liability. And this Obamacare is terrible because of Rob's Medicare. And I sat in that room and I didn't have a chance to ask my question. Wait a second, that $38 trillion liability, at least $16 trillion came from the direct actions of Republicans on December 18th, 2003. So Senator Margaret Dayton and I sent him a letter. We asked him the question, tell us about Medicare Part D. And his response was, you can find the letter online, the Medicare Part D actually came in 40% cheaper than we thought it would. And I wanted to ask back, did we expect it to cost $22 trillion? And it came in at 16. We got a deal. Somehow, folks, I don't think that's a big deal. Now, do I have a problem with having a prescription drug program for seniors on Medicaid? No. But what I do have a problem with, and you heard this clip right here, is they had no way to pay for it, and they did it anyway. And his response was, we were voting for a lot of things back then there that we didn't pay for. Well, it's not lost on me or a whole new generation of Americans that they will pay for it. And they will pay for it in ways that we never imagined. Lost opportunity. Inflation. All because Congress refused to make the tough decisions. Now look. My biggest problem with Senator Hatch is this. It has been Republicans and Democrats that have led this country to this point. It is not those guys. And there is so much hypocrisy happening in Washington right now, with one side pointing to the other saying it's their fault. Folks, these are not partisan issues. They are reality issues. And we've had a generation of politicians, Republicans and Democrats, who while the American people have been going about their lives, raising their families, taking their kids to soccer, trying to pay for school and eat their way through, have abused the full faith and credit of the United States. They'll set us on a path that we cannot recover from unless we act now. And I do not believe that generation of politicians who led us to this point has the credibility to lead us out. It is time for the leaders in Washington.